Salutations, sports fans. Glad you could join us for another installment of Blue Otter Emerald. Season 14 continues tonight with our fourth round of Swiss, which we'll see three more teams promoted to the playoffs alongside Syndicate Squad 0 and XSV Gluttony, who promoted last week with 3-0 records. Here on the main channel, we will be enjoying the 2-1 promotion match between Monkey Business and Conduit Phoenix, two teams that have emerged from the 1-1 bracket. Last week, the Monkeys took a 2-1 victory over the Chosen Inters with fairly decisive wins in games 1 and 3. Meanwhile, Conduit Phoenix defeated their sister team Conduit Asylum in two games that both lasted over 40 minutes. The winner of this best of three will advance, and the loser will find themselves in a very dangerous position in the 2-2 bracket with one more chance to qualify for postseason in the final round of Swiss next week. In the meantime, let's go TOVOT. We've got a special episode for you all this evening, courtesy of my quizzical co-caster, Mr. Storm. Storm, how we doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I am dog sitting currently for some friends. You might hear them freaking out as they hate everyone and everything. So if you hear dogs barking in the background, that is my stream coming through just a little bit. But I'm fantastic this evening. We have three guests joining us tonight, and we're just going to go quickly run through. If you want to start us off, Capville, just kind of introduce yourself, who you are, what team you're playing for, and then we'll get started on this quiz after we introduce all three of you.
Sounds good. I'm Capville. I'm the top laner for XSVND and was the top laner for Conduit Sun.
Perfect. And up next, we have Spaghetti with us.
Hi, I'm Spaghetti or Matty. I'm the AD carry for Gluttony, defending BOL Emerald champ.
And last but not least, we have Dorito Fingies.
Yeah, I'm Dorito Fingies. I am the ADC for Conduit Phoenix right now, and you call me Maxim too.
Maxim, perfect.
I have no accolades.
I'm sure you'll get one this season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if we can, just flip it through to this booklet quiz, which I'm sure we'll be able to post up a link to join us in Twitch chat. If we can just flip to that, Mr. Producer Serious. Perfect. So there is that code up there on the stream. There should also be a Twitch link in chat. So there is 30 questions in this. Each question is going to be about 20 seconds. They're all multiple choice. I think a couple of them require you to type out. There's 2 or 3. But we'll give everyone just a minute here to join us in, and then we'll start this off. So everyone excited for the games this evening?
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah, nice.
Stream game is going to be a banger.
Yeah, Mr. Fingies here, going to be on stream. Your first time on stream this season, Dorito Fingies. Are you nervous at all? How do you feel about being the stream match tonight?
I feel pretty good. It'll be a good chance to prove ourselves, at least bot side of the map versus Slayer. That's what I'm excited for the most. But it should be a great game. I think these teams are our two teams, I should say, are pretty even.
Yeah, definitely. Should be an exciting matchup tonight for sure. Slayer has been really kind of popping off recently. It was putting up some crazy numbers last week, especially. So I think you got your work cut out for you tonight.
I agree. I'm excited to play him.
We should probably get into this quiz relatively quickly, right, Storm?
Yeah, I guess we can just start. There is the option to join late if you are in there, so just feel free to go at it. If we can, yeah, perfect. So this champion is blind. Nice, easy lore question. I guess I'll start it off here. Notice that Lee Sin is not here because he would be too easy. So who's the other blind? Who is the other blind champion? It was Lysandra. What? Yeah, she is the blind watcher. That's why she has that thing over her. Her sisters also all have like impediments. That she has a deaf sister and a mute sister as well. The 3 watchers of the abyss. Not sure how she watches the abyss very well while blind, but that's on her.
Interesting.
Next lore question. This league champion was poisoned by their husband. So I think I have like 5 or 6 different lore questions in here. Then we start getting into like other stuff. There's random gameplay questions, things like that. But who got poisoned by their husband? Notably, all of these champions have at least like dated someone at one point. And it was Elise. So she gets poisoned with spider venom. when she is a Noxus, like noble, I guess would be the way to say it. And to cure herself, she goes and finds Vile Maw, who then transforms her into that horrible monstrosity. Here's a random one. Did you know Rammus actually speaks in one of these languages? Like he has actual voice lines. Like he says, like, I'm rolling in and stuff.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We'll have to look this up now.
Wow.
Polish. It's exclusively Polish as well. It's
So is
the
that
weirdest thing.
EU East?
Yeah. The EU Northeast people. So we got Nahor coming in from the front, leading right now. And reminder, what we're playing for is there's a interview on the line if anyone likes it. So according to like this is which of the official class of mage. So this is like according to the official like LOL categories that you see this. Like you were to sort things on the LOL wiki or the League of Legends website if you're looking at buying champions, if you're like new to the game and can't afford all of them, unlike all of us old heads, I'm sure.
What?
Yeah,
Dang.
Troll Mage, not a real thing. There's Battle Mage, Burst, and Artillery. Those are the only 3 types of mages.
That's crazy.
Who the hell would count as a battle mage?
Rise
Swain.
is a Battle Mage, Swain. It's like all the low range mages.
Okay.
Castio, probably.
Yeah. Another lore question here. This champion owns firearms that were stolen from Gangplank.
I'm feeling pretty confident about this one.
This one I think should be pretty easy. I think everybody should get this one. It is pretty important to their lore. It is Misfortune. Yeah, her mom, I think it was the gunsmith. And then Gangplank shows up to buy the pistols and doesn't want to buy them and murders both of her parents, and that sets off the epic quest for revenge. So if you're looking at champions again, there's easy, medium, and hard is the 3 difficulties between the bars. So which of these champions is considered easy? And the rest of these are considered either medium or hard level champions to play, but one of them is considered easy level. So who is that? Is it Sivir, Nefiri, Set, or Nautilus? It's Nefiri,
No
the
shit.
assassin. Yeah. Baby's first assassin. Yep.
Not according to
Sivir's
my guide.
medium. Yeah. I can't see who's in first because I'm down here in the dumps. I saw Crewman is in second, though. All right. So, tying it into Emerald, just RJ currently leads the league in damage per minute. Just how much damage are they doing? They're doing 969, 947, 1251, or 1108. Gotta glaze your stats. Gotta show who's doing well. They're top of the league right now at this. And it was 1108 damage a minute, which is pretty insane, I thought.
Just random guess, and I get that one. Nice. Take those.
Yeah, Pog.
RJ definitely has been doing well.
Yeah. All right. So which of these keystones can beginner bots have in a game of co-op versus AI? So bots always take the same either like tree basically. And their caps and they're always the same. So it's a fleet footwork, unsealed spellbook, electrocute, or aftershock. It's like if they're in the green tree, every single bot is going to take this rune, and it's electrocute. So every single mage bot basically, and like a whole bunch of random champions also have it.
Nobody getting that one.
No.
There's
I
not
got
very
that
many
one.
bot players here. Oh, okay, nice.
I just finished leveling an account playing bot games.
There
Wow.
you go.
All right, this is a typing question. So which teams have secured their spot in the postseason in Emerald? Thought everyone would get a chance to get some extra points in here. It's not case sensitive, or it shouldn't be. Hopefully you are able to identify one of our 2 teams that have secured a spot here.
Oh, is I just supposed to put one?
Yeah,
Oops.
there's 2 answers that were available.
Double hits for me too. I put both.
Wait, it's greed? I thought it was gluttony.
No, it's close.
Yeah, it should
It
be
is
gluttony. I might have screwed that question up. I did all of these at midnight last night, so my mistake if I did that wrong. So every week on Cast, I beg teams to play a certain AD carry champion and talk about how great they are and how good they've been for a very long time. Which one of these ADCs is it? Is it Smolder? Is it Kog'Maw? Is it Nyla? Or is it Vayne? I'm pretty sure I say this quite every single draft. I say this. I think it's Kog'Maw. Please pick him, guys.
I'm the only AD that plays this. I swear to God.
But everybody knew that everybody got that one. Everybody knew
nice.
That's what you always say, Storm. So wholesome. You guys all watch the draft part of the stream as well.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so every dragon in League of Legends, as you guys know, has a special attack pattern. Like they all do something different, right? I'm sure everyone knows this. It must be common knowledge. But what's Chemcheck Dragon do differently than all the others? Does it gain attack speed as its HP gets lower? Does it slow people on auto attacks? Does it do AoE damage, or does it shred armor? So it gains attack speed as it gets lower on HP. So I'm hoping the jungle players in here, like Crewman, got that.
Yeah, I was the only one.
Yeah, so its attack speed starts at 0.5, which is the lowest of all the dragons, and it goes all the way up to like 1.6 if it's at like 10 HP.
Yeah, pretty painful.
Yeah. So what is the name of the siege minion passive that you get that reduces the damage taken from towers? So you can click on any of your siege minions or cannon minions and you'll see this. Or as Nico, it would be on your thing, and that's going to make you survive and be able to tank like the 8 tower shots in a row. Is it the socks? Is it the reinforced armor? It is the socks.
What?
You thought I fooled you all.
I got that one too, believe it or not.
That's insane.
Yep.
I'd be getting bored.
Yep. Be curious, reward curiosity. All right, our next one. So, all these champions have below a 50% win rate in BOL Emerald. Who among them do you think is lowest? I talked about this in my content of which one did you guys think was going to get like back to 50%. Orianna seemed to be like the majority that everyone's like, yeah, they can probably do it. But who do you guys think has a shot? Yunara's the lowest. I think she is sitting at 38% win rate currently in the season.
People think
Maddie,
they
didn't
got
you have a
hands.
pretty good...
Shout out Yunara. I love that champ.
Yeah, you had a pretty good Yunara game, I think. I remember.
You might be thinking of the premier game where I flashed over the red wall.
Oh, could be. Could be.
So, as everyone knows, towers get armor and MR when a plate gets taken, and it scales off of every champion that's around you. How much exactly do they get for each champion that's around? Is it 10, 15, 20, or 25?
No idea.
It's 20. So if all 5 people are around, that's 100 in armor and MR. Nice round number. Hello, dogs. Yes, hi, Teddy.
Who doesn't? Shout out to Capphil, our top laner getting that one. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
bro, that was a
Brawl
complete guess.
is the that new game mode that's out that is like the alternative ARAM thing that, from what I understand, is like the new player experience that Riot tries to force onto people, because there's like low death timers and there's like nothing goes wrong in it. There's no objectives. If you lose really badly, it gives you a magical buff. How much health did the team start with? It's 250 HP.
Gluttony
Does that
plays
mean-
Brawl every single day. Like every match day, we play Brawl at least 2 or 3 games. I love.
Yeah,
that
so
game.
you only lose HP by minions like running into your nexus. You don't lose HP for like
Or
dying
kills.
your team.
You
Yeah, or
do.
kills. Okay, yeah, it's like 3 or something. I know
5.
it's very low.
5 or
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
So ARAM Mayhem came out. It has all of the runes in it. Some of them are like different levels, just like an arena. Which one is not prismatic? Is it protein shake, back to basics, I'm a baby kitten, where is mama, or tank engine? So tank engine is the non-prismatic. That's the one that makes you like utterly gigantic in size and gives you max HP whenever you hit people. I'm sure everyone's curious about the I'm a baby mama, whereas kitten, you designate someone as your like mama kitten, and you get health and regen whenever you're near them. It's hysterical, and you get to ping it all the time. So, if you have both Cosmic Insight and Lucidity boots, how long is your flash timer? So both of these would reduce your flash timer. They're supposed to. How quick is your flash going to be up if you have both of these invested? It's 3 minutes and 44 seconds. So that's like over almost a minute and a half to play with if you're able to get both. Oh, no one got that. Wow.
Yeah, not expecting the weird number.
I was just assuming somebody would. All right, current patch question time. Who has the highest pick rate increase compared to last patch? Is it Mel, the most banned champion in the game? Dr. Mundo, who has that new jungle thing that everyone's playing because of Worlds? Is it Ashe, the ADC who got buffed? Or is it Morgana, the champion that everyone in low ELO swears is broken in place? It's Ashe. Like a 5% pick rate increase this patch. Which I thought was very interesting. Do you guys as AD carry players want to explain why to me?
She's disgusting,
Good
bro.
thing.
Okay. So this champion currently has the longest wait time since they received their last skin. So, there's like the site and it tracks it, like how many days it's been. I think all of these champions are over like 800 days since they've received a skin. But who among them has not gotten a skin in the longest amount of time? It's Quinn and Valor. Remember them? Remember when Valor was a part of that kit? You could actually like use the eagle? I don't think so. Anyone remembers because I'm old.
I remember. That's playing this game way too long.
Yeah. All right. So towers have a thing that they prioritize, and it's the same for all of them, that they will kill this thing first always, then they move to the next, and it goes like all the way down. With like caster minions being the thing that they will try, you being the person they will try to shoot the least unless they have no other option. So what is the thing that the tower is going to go? I'm going to kill that first. It's Jack in the Boxes. Wow. I have no idea why, but if you put a tower down, if you put a shit code box down by a tower, it's sniping that first every single time. I guess it was to stop shaking.
Aphelios guns. So whatever the hell his gun is.
Yeah. Those count as pets for some reason. So they're second priority, but it's Shaco boxes is the highest prio, specifically them. Hui can use one ability as an entire kit when he's coward controlled. Which one of those is it? Is it Fleeting Current, Crushing Wall, Wash Brush, or Stirring Lights? So I'm not talking about it's Wash Brush, the thing that cancels an ability.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Crewman getting that one right.
Don't even play Way.
I'm surprised you knew that was the name of that ability. I had no idea on any of his abilities. I had to look up each and every one of those.
Yeah, he's a lot.
So this champion is the only one who's top 10 in pick and ban in BOL Emerald Season 14. It's like all of these champions are good, and I thought that they would be like really high priority, but there's only one who's top in both pick and ban. So who is it? It's like their top 10 most picked, top 10 most banned. It's Jarvan.
Yeah, we do have a lot of Jarvan players.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's getting banned as much as it is, but I guess it is like a kind of premier initiation champion. All right, so according to Riot Freak, this champion is the highest percentage of first blood kills. It's like if this champion's in your game, they should get first blood.
Like the last hit, when it says kills,
Yeah.
says that.
Yeah.
That means last
Like,
hit, right?
yeah, so like they're gonna get the first blood kill in the game. It's always them, basically. It's Tryndamere. They've overtaken like every single assassin player.
Yeah, I guess with the way the Fury works, where you get crit
Yeah.
chance at level 1, I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and he always runs Ignite, and he just randomly tries to auto-attack you and plays that chance of, do I hit you for a crit with a 1 in 3 at like level 2? It's really fun. You should play top lane. At what time in the game do junglers receive full AEXP from lane minions? So as you know, the jungle pet does a whole bunch of cool neato stuff under the hood, and one of them is that you take reduced experience from lane minions. That's why you can't just sit in lane and get full XP. But when does it like hit 0? It's 20 minutes. You have to wait 20 full minutes to get full EXP from lane minions.
Damn.
Yeah.
Justice for junglers.
Your pet heals too
Look it
much. Okay, so there's a passive called Helping Hand. Basic attacks deal 5 bonus damage on hit against minions. What of these items gives you this? So it's like a starting item thing that's exclusive to starting items. But which of the starting items gives it to you? Is it Dark Seal? Is it Tear, Cull, or Doran's Blade? It's Tear.
Wow.
So Doran's Shield and Doran's Ring also both give this passive, and Tear does, but not Doran's Blade, because AD carries have actual attack damage and have auto attacks that aren't friggin' dog shit, so they can actually use it.
I almost chose Cull. We almost all 5 went Cull.
Damn. So all items in League except Doran items sell for 70% of their value. What percentage of value do Doran items sell for? Is it 30, 45, 50, or 40%? Because every Doran's item is approximately 160% gold efficient. So they sell at 40% value. Nice. Some people getting that one correct.
Makes sense that our top laner would get that one as well, I think.
Yeah. So the spatula, it's an icon in League of Legends. Where was it initially introduced? Like, what was the initial thing of where we got the spatula from? Was it from Ultra Rapid Fire Game Mode, aka the first April Fool's thing they ever did? Was it Teamfight Tactics with the spatula being, introduced on the way to get different emblems? Was it Earth, the April Fool's character, or was it Earth Rider Corki? It was from Earth. That's how he auto attacked. He threw golden spatulas at people. Everyone must remember Earth.
I played this game way too long.
Yeah. His passive was water walking, that you gain movement speed in the river. True or false? Ezreal can auto aim a Q after using his E. So if you cast E towards a champion and then hit Q, does it auto aim for you? True or false?
Auto aim? What?
Yeah. So if you hit E and then hit Q, does your Q just auto lock onto the enemy champion?
Surely not.
It's supposed to be true. I don't know why it's saying both. That's good. But yes, it does do that.
It's
What?
true so
Yeah.
long as you
Why?
don't move your mouse. If
Yeah,
you
as long as
EQ and don't move your mouse, it will auto aim for you.
Yeah,
That's
so if
so
someone
weird.
runs into a bush and you're Ezreal, you just don't move your mouse and you'll hit them with the Q to kill them.
That feels wrong.
Yeah. So what objective does max HP percent health damage with its auto attacks? Is it Rift Herald, Baron Nashor, Elder Dragon, or just the normal elemental dragons? So one of these does max HP percent damage.
Maybe should know this, but I don't.
It was Rift Herald. Yeah. I don't know why it does that. I guess it's to try and make top laners stop soloing it. Or
Nothing
something
hurts.
along those lines.
It hurts.
Yeah, it's like 4.5%. So in League, blue and red side have official names that I'm sure everyone must know. We've been playing this game for so very long. What are the names of the official sides?
It's not blue and red.
No, it's of course not. It's Order and Chaos.
Okay, if you
League
say
of
so.
Legends, a clash of fates, guys. Come on.
Yep.
I'm cooked.
All right.
Dang, Catfill got me by 3 points.
That's 6 out
Well
of
played,
27.
well played.
That too, bro.
Looking like my high school trigonometry.
12 out of 30.
8 out of
Maddie?
29. Didn't answer the
Yeah.
last one.
All right. That's a pretty clear win, bro. 40 points as well.
He's smurfing on the Rift and in the Blooket. Crazy.
Yeah.
Maddie's just OP, I guess.
Well, congratulations to you. I will reach out sometime with kind of, some questions that we can get going. I don't know how we'll exactly do it, but we'll get some going for you. And then I guess we just have a couple of minutes here before we're going to be kind of leaving it for everybody. But yeah, if we can just switch back to kind of the predictions, and we'll just maybe we'll just go over our stream game of the night with everyone and get everyone's thoughts on that between Conduit Phoenix.
Good.
Yeah.
So yeah, my prediction for this one, I think the Monkeys are probably going to take it. Definitely could go either way. I'm thinking it's going to be a 3-gamer for sure. I feel like we've seen the wins from the Monkeys. When they do win, it's been more convincing, as opposed to the Conduit Phoenix wins. It seems like those games are generally like a little bit closer. But I don't know. I mean, this one definitely could go either way. I believe in Slayer and Nahor, I guess, to carry tonight. But we'll see.
Yeah.
What do you think, Storm?
I had the Monkeys winning this one as well. Sorry, Dorito. But I said in the beginning, I really believed in this team. I really want to see them win. I kind of went all in saying Moonshot was going to be absolutely incredible. They haven't looked like it so far, but hopefully tonight when I'm watching, they will get that buff that they need to really carry through. I just kind of have more faith in them in some ways, even though they've like went 2-1 against some bad teams. I just think the Slayer diff's going to be kind of big. No offense, but I think that the Monkeys team plays a lot more around their ADC and is like facilitates more, whereas I feel like you, Dorito, are more like on the utility side of things. I've seen a lot more of, the Ashe and the Ziggs out of you. So I was thinking that might be a little bit of a mismatch. And I don't think the like individual lanes from each of you have been like as impactful towards top and mid, but I'd love to hear your thoughts and why you obviously think your team's going to win.
First, I want to thank Maddie for voting us. Real recognized as real. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Yeah. So the one thing I will say is I see from an outside perspective how it would seem like I'm more of a supportive player because of my picks. However, literally the only reason why I'm playing Ashe and Ziggs is because those champions are just gross. They're just really strong right now in the bot lane, and they're easily flex. Well, I won't say Ashe is easily flexible, but Ziggs is easily flexible. So that's kind of why it's picked. Ends up going in my hands a lot because I just like it because I'm a dirty little gremlin. But yeah, I don't know. If I was on an outside perspective, I would probably say Monkeys as well. Their roster is really, really strong, and their bot side is obviously probably one of the best bot sides in the league, other than Gluttony. And so, yeah, if I had to, I would bet on them as well. But considering I'm on Phoenix, I'm putting Phoenix. I have confidence in our team. We've been building a lot through this season, and have definitely faced our fair share of challenges. But I do think we can pull through it tonight. It just really depends on if we can focus and not int. So we've been focusing on that a lot. Our coach has been kind of nailing down on us. Just a lot of fundamentals we're messing up. So tonight's really a proving point for us. If we can beat this team, I think we can get a lot of confidence, and I think we'll have a lot of steam rolling forward. If not, is what it is.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, if you can have a stable winning phase up against Slayer, that probably would bode very well for your chances of taking the series. But Maddie, what do you think between these two bot lanes? Do you agree that that's the lane we should be focusing on tonight?
Yeah, I mean, bot is always the lane to focus on in Emerald, unless you're playing, unless it's BKB. But I think Envy's 3-0 business, Gluttony's 3-0 business. Both were without Slayer, and Slayer's my boy, but if Slayer doesn't play his two champs, I don't think it's going to matter, I'll be honest. I think that Mello and Punky are just going to run the game.
Oh, interesting. Okay. You think there's like a clear difference in the top lane?
Yeah, I think Punky is, at least for me, without a shadow of a doubt, like one of the top 5 top laners. He just always plays the more supportive role for his team. Whether it's he picks carries or bruisers that he needs to in order for his teammates to be able to play the champs that they want to play. He never asks or requires resources, very rarely falls behind. He's always a factor in every game. So
what a beautiful transition into getting our top laners' thoughts on this matchup. Catphil, I see you are a Monkeys predictor there. Thoughts on the top lane matchup tonight, or any reasoning behind that Monkeys prediction?
Be honest, guys. I don't know the rosters. I just like the Monkeys logo more.
A biased prediction, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yell at Nation for that
Fair
one.
enough. Well, that is all the time that we have for this episode of Outer Talk. Thank you guys all very much for joining us. We'll just do some quick shout outs now. Capthil, we'll come to you first for some shout outs, please.
Shout out Codis. He's going to win tonight for sure.
Nice. Maddie, what you got?
I'll shout out Codis because I also think he's gonna win tonight, but
Yeah.
actually win and not like Capville.
All right, a double CODIS shout out. Should we round it out, Mr. Dorito? Another CODIS shout out, perhaps?
I'm gonna shout out our coach Shy. This guy has stuck through with us in an unpaid position, and he's kind of grinding, making sure that we are not being degenerates. So shout out to our coach.
All right. Well, we'll see if Mr. Dorito here and Coach can get Conduit Phoenix over the line tonight against the Monkeys. Don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back with round 4 of the Swiss stage. See you soon. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are about to be jumping into our game one draft between Monkey Business and Conduit Phoenix. Should be a very exciting matchup tonight, Storm. You know, we just saw on Otter Talk some predictions going in both directions. Both of us, though, predicting Monkeys to end up taking the win tonight. We'll have to see how it goes as we do get into this first draft. Any picks in particular that you think we should be looking out for?
I feel like there's a lot of stuff just in general in League that's pretty broken right now. That's why I think Blue Side is so good. I think Scion is like a menace. Ambessa is not a fair champion. There's all the ADC champions I think are really, really good right now. Like right now, the Ash buff that we were talking about, I think, has skyrocketed her in priority. Syndra, I think, is really good. The Ziggs champion is disgusting. I'm glad to see that one gone. Kog'Maw's up and available, crewman. They just need to lock it in.
Yeah, the Kog'Maw could be a possibility. You know, we did just hear from Mr. Dorito Fingies, the Conduit Phoenix AD carry, that he is a big Ziggs enjoyer, and it is a pick that they're happy to flex as well. So that getting banned away, I think, does make a ton of sense. You know, we are on a new patch this week as well. You know, it dropped last week, but it's new for us. This first week of this patch here in Emerald, and not too much changed. You know, the patches always do get a little bit smaller towards the end of the year, but Skarner got some pretty nice damage buffs, so I'm curious to see if he's going to be making a little bit of a comeback into the meta, but we'll have to see. Because there's that Ashe getting taken away as well that we were just talking about.
I think that's a mistake. They were Blue Side. I'm almost certain Conduit was going to ban that themselves.
Maybe.
But,
you know, there are still things like the Jarvan available. You know, that was something that did come up in our Look It quiz a moment ago as one of the highest prio champs here in Emerald.
and a Caitlyn ban. That's very interesting. I wonder why on that one. But yeah, Jarvan is kind of the pick I'm expecting to come through here. There is Wukong as well if they want to go for that instead. You know, doesn't offer as much in terms of the early game, you know, ganks that the Jarvan does, but is probably much better for team fighting. Looks like we're getting a Diana hover for Conduit. I think they are one of the few teams that have actually flexed this, that they haven't just played it in the jungle, but they have had a mid lane game of Diana mid.
Okay,
So,
interesting. That's a team that seems to be happy to flex around a lot of different picks. But I thought it was really insightful, you know, in your content that you put out today, where you're really, you know, focused on Nation being a main carry for this Conduit roster. So very interested to see, and Diana, you know, one of his more commonly played champions, I believe, this season.
yeah.
So Sivir feels like a pretty strong pairing alongside it to help get the Diana into position to find those really big ultimates. Seems like a pretty solid combo. And the Diana as well, you know, that's one of the main weaknesses of Wukong, right? Is he only gets armor from the passive. So any AP junglers do tend to do pretty well against the Wukong. Jinx feels like a nice pick here as well, though. Just further indexing into the team fighting power makes a lot of sense for the Monkeys here.
Yeah, allows you to even offer a little bit of safety. You're able to throw down those traps towards those choke points that Diana can't just run through them and run over you. That someone, you know, can provide a little bit of self-peel for themselves as well. I think this Zillion ban was really smart for the side of Conduit Phoenix. Nahor, the support of Monkeys, is even older and crustier than I am. And he has been playing this game for a really long time. And I'm pretty sure Zillion is almost always his like #1 pick in solo queue, and he never dies on it. It just provides so much utility. Playing against Zillion support is absolutely infuriating, especially because they max E. Like, it doesn't even do damage to you. It's just annoying, right? You can just never kill him. He just runs away and spams that laughing mute all the time. And wow, this is a really, really defensive bot lane for Conduit Phoenix. That they're taking what I was saying in my article really seriously, going Thresh Sivir. I don't really know if you can get a safer lane than that. Maybe Ezreal instead of Sivir? I don't know.
Perhaps. Yeah, the Ziggs would have been pretty safe as well. That's obviously not an option for them in this case, banned away by the Monkeys. But I am excited to see the Ahri come through there on the B3. You know, love that combination of the Ahri Wukong. You get so much power at level 6. And we did see Zumi have a pretty good game on the Ahri last week in game number 1 that they took against the Chosen Inters with 7-1 and 6 on the Ahri. So definitely a nice pick for the Monkeys there. And now into the second ban phase. Looks like Conduit going to take away a couple of support options that they don't want to see paired alongside that Jinx. A couple of enchanters in the Lulu and the Melio. And the Monkey's going to ban out a couple of top lane options. Deny the R5 potential. You know, it was interesting as well, just now hearing from Maddie, the Gluttony AD carry. He was quite high on Punk Iris, the top laner for Phoenix over here. So the Ambessa getting taken away from Punk Iris. Now the Silas going to get banned away as well.
Yeah, I know just like coming into the season, a lot of people were really high on them. I don't think they've necessarily had a great season so far. Definitely on some of their weak side picks have looked like real weak side picks. You know, going, I think in week 1 was 0-7 on Mundo. Gonna take the Mel as another interesting decision. That this isn't a lot of like the classic, you know, kind of Diana pairings, right? A lot of the time you see that 80 mid with the Yasuo or something, if it is towards that jungle, which we assume because there has been a Mel locked in that this is Diana jungle confirmed for Nation, but there is like other options, I guess, that you're just going to be taking some sort of AD fighter top lane. That's Scion, kind of the blue side king of like picks at Worlds, I would say. I was amazed that he didn't start getting banned like at certain points. It just felt like every game Scion was in, like, oh, he's down 15 CS, and then he's just like literally unkillable for the rest of the game. So I'm pretty high on this champion. I think there is like a lot of really good options available into it, especially with the bans that they put through. That like Ambessa is not that big of a deal. Neither is Silas. I think Set here could be really powerful. Oh, that's an interesting one for Pancraris.
A gauntlet.
If it gets locked in. Yeah.
A glove perhaps being thrown at a face. For the duel, there it is. The Fiora locked in for Punk Iris on the R5. All right, he's gonna have to prove himself with this pick. I mean, this is an aggressive choice to say the least.
Yeah. So wow, that's weird, especially when you have Diana jungle and the rest of your team is like, no, we're kiting back and we're just trying to like not and let Fiora win the game, and then you have like so much. Okay, so anyway, Fiora, side lane only, right? You can never join a team fight ever as Fiora, basically, unless you are like ridiculously, monstrously far ahead. She proxies really well. She does incredible damage to turrets, has true damage to deal with the Scion. Weaknesses of Fiora. Currently, she is awful in terms of like win rate and everything like that. She's basically at a really low power level because she's incredibly frustrating to play against. So I don't know if she's in the greatest spot in the meta right now. Also, the rest of their team is like, yeah, they have a really strong 4v4, but their team is like needs so much gold, right? Do you agree with me on this Conduit Phoenix team? Like Sivir, Mel, Fiora, Diana, all are like, I need 4,000 gold before I want to fight anyone.
Yeah, it is kind of like an all carries kind of situation.
Yeah. So
I will say. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Whereas I think monkeys, it's really clear you're throwing money towards Jinx and towards Ahri. Wukong's gonna buy his Trinity Force and be like, I'm gonna be happy when I get to reach my second item point, guys. And Nahor is just the sacrificial cow who is going to press flash and W and Q. I think his job's gonna be really hard, but I think the monkeys team, like their mid game spike is already really, really high. And this Conduit Phoenix mid-game spike is like not a spike. It's like a crater. I don't know how well this is going to go. I'm really hoping they're able to get a first dragon, but I could see the monkeys kind of running away with this one. But I think, yeah, like we're saying, if it goes late, Conduit's all the way taking this.
Yeah, they do have a very strong scaling, but it's not like the monkeys draft as scaling to sniff at either. I mean, they've got some really, really strong scaling elements as well. So for me, you know, ironically, I feel like that the Conduit Phoenix kind of have to snowball, particularly with this top side. You know, they've gone for some pretty aggressive picks here, especially the Fiora and the Diana. And I just feel like if these champions fall behind, it's going to be so difficult for them to play the game at any point. I mean, maybe eventually, like 3 or 4 item Fiora in the side lane, like if you haven't lost the game at that point, it could be scary. But like, I think it's just going to be too late if they don't establish themselves a pretty nice foothold early. You know, I will say I don't really I don't hate the idea for Conduit Phoenix, with that R5 Fiora. I think looking at what the monkeys have, it is just an incredible amount of team fighting power, right? So I think just
Yeah.
trying to match that would have been really difficult and maybe not the way to go. So I think going for a little bit more of an unorthodox style and trying to win through sides against this composition can make sense. But it's definitely kind of opting into a harder to execute play style if they can pull it off, I'll be very impressed.
Yeah, I definitely kind of agree with you. I think it's a lot harder to pull off. I just kind of agree with you at that point of like, there's too many people on this team that need too much money. I think if they had a different jungler, I would be completely fine with this composition. If this Diana was instead some sort of just tank who was able to actually engage for this team without getting absolutely one shot, I would be much happier. But I just had that problem of I don't know how they stop monkeys from stacking dragons. I really don't.
Mhm. Yeah, and especially with picking Sivir Thresh, I mean, you identify
Yeah.
that already as like a pretty defensive bot lane. It's going to be probably pretty tough for them to get the push against the Jinx. Not impossible, but maybe they could find a timing to sneak away a dragon at some point. That would obviously be really, really big for them to delay, a potential soul stack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think given what we know about these players as well, we were just talking to Mr. Fingies, a moment ago, and he definitely was kind of that same opinion where he was like, yeah, I mean, he was talking about how he's felt like he's improved a lot so far this season, but definitely going to be a tough opponent to go up against tonight in Slayer and Nahor down there in the bot lane. So, given what we have seen from these players so far this season, given the way that this draft kind of shaped up, I think it's fair to expect the side of the monkeys to have a lot of bot lane prio, especially through this early game. I'll be very interested to see if we do get any like early roaming from Gunny there, the Phoenix support on this Thresh. It's not like an amazing support for roaming, but certainly something that can have an impact in other parts of the map. If they do want to, for example, try to like roam top early and get this Fiora ahead, that could be
Yep.
massive. So I'm curious to see if they are going to like fully index away from the bot lane in the laning phase and try and play things out that way, or if they're just going to have sort of a more conservative opening and try to rely on their scaling to ultimately carry them through. Are you
I'm
feeling pretty?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm almost certain, right, that this Conduit Phoenix team is all in on the Grubs plan, right? That we are sending Thresh to the Grubs. We're gonna have our Diana ready to fight for those, that she's gonna path towards them, that she can be there as soon as they spawn. And I think they're gonna trade a dragon for it. I really do feel that this game is all on Punky, right? It's on Fiora. If you're round 5 picking Fiora, the game's on you. Um,
Yeah.
I'm really interested to see how it's gonna go because I'm really leaning towards the monkeys here. I think this is a game that's just going to get out of hand really quickly. I think it's going to be third dragon is going to spawn. We're going to see Fiora in a side lane, and she's going to start hitting a tier 2. And then her team is going to all die, and she's going to get a tier 2, and the enemy team is going to get soul, and they will lose about 8 minutes later. That's how I'm kind of seeing this game going. It's going to be up to see if Nasian or somebody from the side of Conduit Phoenix are able to get in here and get a really big dragon steal.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We're going to go to a short break, guys, and we'll be right back for game number 1. All right, everybody, welcome on to the Rift for game number
30
one
seconds until minions
between
spawn.
Monkey Business and Conduit Phoenix. Of course, Monkey Business starting out on the blue side, Conduit Phoenix on the red. The standard team fighting composition versus the R5 Fiora. Let's get into it. Looks like not too much at level 1 here, Storm.
Yeah, the Sacred Downs off has been initiated. I wonder if anyone is going to break it. Hopefully not. As if they do, I will lay the caster curse upon them and start praising them obsessively, getting them to lose. Oh, just saw a quick DC there. Getting into a pause. More time to yap. Just what we needed, crewman.
Of course. One of our favorite pastimes. I also will take this opportunity to inquire about game sound. I thought we said something about having game sound, but I'm not getting it right now, Mr. Producer.
Yeah. You have to have the second tab open and click the and make sure it's like fully there. I think it should be there. The stream volume on it.
Second tab.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
okay, I can hear
nice.
it now.
I have it now. Perfect. All right. But yeah, I mean, I think with the Jinx and Alistar picks specifically, I am very worried for Conduit. It was game number 3 last week that the Monkeys played in that the game 3 win over the Chosen Inters. It was the fastest game of that series. They won in 28 minutes, and they had this exact same bot lane. Slayer was 14-0-7 on the Jinx, and Nahor was 0-0-17 on the Alistar. So, pretty frightening to be up against that.
Yep.
See if the Phoenix bot lane can survive.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, looks like we are back in. Now we just have that spec delay as always. So here's my real question to you. Who's getting first blood feats? Who's getting the first 3 kills?
Ooh. I mean, I feel like it should be a slower early game. I think I would expect that we are not going to get 3 kills for either side until maybe like the first dragon fight. I think if Phoenix decide to fight that first dragon, that will be a mistake, and the first 3 kills will probably go to the Monkeys. I guess maybe that's my prediction.
Okay. I actually think Phoenix is going to get the first 3 kills this game. That's my prediction. Yeah. That I think they have a lot more tools early that they can get something going. You know, as much as I don't think it's really going to be Nasian or somebody along those lines getting them, right? That they're just going to be power farming. I think they're like individual lanes of Punkerus can definitely get something. I think Mellows definitely has the ability to as well. And I really think that like, even though Dorito and their support Thresh, who I'm very sad to see has their streamer mode enabled, so we don't get to see their beautiful name on our cast. I think they just have like the priority down here in bot lane. Thresh is pretty good into Alistar. You can always flay him away when he's trying to headbutt in. That is kind of to cover up the weakness of the Sivir not being able to, you know, spell shield the combo from Alistar, as it were.
Nice dodge there in the mid lane for Zumi, getting away from that solar snare, strafing over to the left, dodging out on that one. We did see a little bit of early vision come down. We saw a ward placed by Mr. Fingies over there on the red buff, and we did see the Raptor ward go down for the Monkeys on that enemy topside jungle. So both sides going to have some information, both sides aware of the fact that the junglers are pathing down towards this bot lane, which I think does make sense for both sides, particularly for the Monkeys. But then at Nation just kind of matching that to make sure that Dorito and Gunny are going to be okay down here, I think is absolutely fair. There's a nice hook onto Slayer, but nothing too much will come of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Nation isn't outpacing Mango here at all so far, but is cycling his camps more. You see that he is taking his Grump before he's finished, you know, or even starting this blue buff here, whereas Wukong just kind of taking the camps one by one, trying to make sure that they get 6 as fast as possible. This should mean that Nation is able to cycle a little bit more, which hopefully will be big for them. I'm more curious what we're going to see kind of as the top laner, what we're going to see towards top lane for this item build for Moonshot. You know, is it just going to be the standard, you know, tank items of Sunfire Cape or something like that? Are we going to get something a little more spicy? Do we see a Titanic Hydra coming out from them? Is it the Thornmail Rush, something that I'm a big fan of into this Fiora champion because she heals 1 billion and just lifesteals off of minions?
Nation going to move into the mid lane here after securing the bot side Scuttle Crab. But anticipating that, Zumi sees the Diana coming, backs off towards this top side where his own jungler is hanging out. Mango going to be able to take that top scuttle. So good identification of by the Wukong there, realizing he's not going to be first to the river. So we'll just move over to the top side, get that top side scuttle, and now pushing Diana off of her Raptor respawn. But it looks like Nation did manage to secure all of the Raptors before getting pushed away. So the Diana, like you identified earlier, cycling the camps a little bit quicker. It's going to have a little bit of a nicer initial recall compared to Mango.
Yeah, we see Mango just getting these Trinity Force components here, nothing too big. Scion hasn't really committed to anything either. Ruby Crystal builds into pretty much every single fighter and tank item imaginable, as well as getting those early boots. Imagining that this is the newly buffed cashback rune may be taken for this Scion, and Scion is one of the only champions probably in the game who actually wants it. That was a great charm reflect there from Mellows.
It was indeed. Zumi going down pretty low, but does get the wave pushed out, and we'll be able to go for a pretty comfortable recall. Could teleport back if he would like to. Seeing Moonshot, just casually farming up these minion waves. Top lane dead even for now. Punk Iris, yeah, not really going to be able to threaten too much, I don't think, before at least that first item completion, I would expect, is really when the Fiora is going to maybe be able to start to do some stuff.
Yeah, be interesting to see what Punk Iris builds as well towards the top lane. As mentioning, Scion can go a little bit more aggressive with something like a Titanic. I really doubt we see it. I'm imagining it's just going to be this Sunfire Cape coming through here. But
got an early drag. Headbutt Bulb in the bot lane. That's gonna be the flay backwards for Gunny. Disengage from Nahor. The bot lane's a good amount of prio right now. Creates the space for Nation to take down this first dragon. You see the Diana's on it right now. Should be almost gone. If we could take a look.
Wukong is there.
Outside river. Yep, the dragon. It is going to be taken by Nation. In moves the side of the monkeys, though, and Gunny may just be sacrificed. The flash away, but still the auto attack in the air for the Alistar gets the stun, and there is the first blood. Zumi gonna pick that one up on the Ahri. Couple of stacks on the Dark Seal. 1 kill in exchange for the first dragon.
Yeah, I think you take that trade every time, especially this Mountain Drake early. It's just so great to have. Just getting those early resistances up lets you take some more aggressive dives and things like that. Gonna be interested to see what type of soul we get this game. I think it is actually gonna matter a lot, as another reflect coming out here, but that's Charm Landing. Yeah. No
Devils,
ult,
of course,
though.
with the Golden Eclipse available as well. And no ult for Zumi. That's right. A Spirit Rush on cooldown. Used it to get that first blood. Flash for it. The flash away for Devils. The Golden Eclipse and the solo kill for the top laner turned mid laner. Conduit Phoenix mid. Getting it done.
Wow, nice job from Mello there. Just knowing the limits, knowing they needed just that little bit more damage.
Oh,
but I
flash
think
in for Mango. There is the trade back. Flash expended for the Wukong. Well worth it as the monkeys get up to 2.
Yeah. And now we're going to see, Grubs should be coming up, I think, after this kind of cycle starts happening. See if Diana wants to stick around. Fiora is going towards this Ravenous Hydra Rush, it looks like. Oh, and we do have the swap happening. Fiora is down bot lane here, and Slayer is going to have a Fiora in their lane very quickly. I don't think it should be a kill or anything like that. There's no ghost or anything from Punk Chris. They didn't fully commit, still having the TP if they do need to get on the map faster.
Yeah, just a rotation for Conduit Phoenix in anticipation of this grub spawn. They're up in about 10 seconds. Wave fully pushed out here in top lane. Of course, both junglers are in the area, and Nahor is here as well on this Alistar. We'll see about mid-prio. Could end up being really consequential. Both mid laners about equal in items. Metal Devils is going to be pushed back by Nahor.
Yeah. But Diana hasn't started these or anything. Nation just content to sit on this ward. They're getting this pushed in. Don't think this hook should matter at all to Moonshot, right? They're just going to tank all this stuff.
Oh. Grub started up by the monkeys.
Yeah.
Leashed out by Mango and Nahor.
Yeah,
Both
look at Mello
junglers
on
with
the
their ultimate
side.
available. Here comes the unstoppable onslaught. Can find the enemy jungler as Nation in a lot of trouble. Immediately gets burst down in the Jinx passive. Running already. Gunny gonna be next, and Zumi.
Oh god,
with
Fiora
the Spirit
teleported.
Rush. Oh, Punk Iris in a tough spot now. Gets hit by the zap. Oh dear. And the Fiora is just going to get sacrificed here as well.
Guys?
Another kill likely going to be given over to the Jinx. And
Okay.
they do successfully give it over. It is 2 now for Slayer. At least. Oh, no. Dorito. Yeah, looks like it did get chased down there as well. That was 4 kills, I believe, in that situation. Mellow Devil's the only surviving member of Conduit. Take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I can just see Slayer just gets all this free time to hit and then is able to run up, is excited, and this TP coming in from Punk is just... It was too late, right? If he wanted to be for this fight, he should have been there early. They should have called for it much earlier, but they're able to donate that kill over, and we see Jinx now at 2-0-2. I don't even know if that's a reset coming through for Slayer already, or if they just had that money already in base. I'm imagining they had to have reset and just got back out on with that BF sword in their inventory.
Could be. But yeah, I mean, the mid prio was really the difference there. The fact that Mango and Nahor were able to move into mid, help Zumi get that wave pushed out, and they already moving over was the main advantage for the Monkeys. A big credit to Moonshot as well for kind of just stacking that top wave and getting the flank angle with the Scion ultimate to really just close the door on Conduit in that fight. Really well done by them. They had the better setup. They take the objective, and now they are in a very comfortable lead, a little over 2,000 gold here at 10 minutes with the better team fighting composition. They are in a really great spot now.
Yeah, and with 38 seconds coming up for this next dragon here, we've seen the swap has come back, that we see Hulgaris back in that top lane trying to make sure that they have a lane free where they're able to secure some plates for themselves. And I'm pretty sure this is just going to be a straight up 4v4. Zumi does have TP on this Ahri here, but I don't imagine they're going to leave this top lane. I think this is just going to be a straight up fight in between who's on the bot side of the map.
You see a couple of item completions come through. Slayer, in fact, did not recall. Still had some gold. Was already sitting on that BF sword. So that is a Yuntal's done very early for the Jinx. But Mellow Devils, thanks to that solo kill, also has the early item completion. But it looks like this dragon will just be given up by Conduit. They did secure the first one, so they're feeling pretty all right about giving this one over. They're going to have plenty of time to deal with a potential soul later on.
Yeah, giving that up is 100% the right call. You never, ever want to fight that. So I just wish they were able to kind of lead in and get something more for it. You know, maybe invade and get some sort of camps or something like that. But Nasian is just able to keep power farming through. Does have that pretty sizable CS lead in the jungle.
Yeah, we did actually see immediately after they lost out in that team fight in the topside river, Diana immediately on respawning went straight to the Wukong's bot side jungle. So that's kind of how the Diana created this big CS lead, and does now have the Leandres done as well for Nasian. So the Diana is in a decently strong spot right now. See if he's gonna be able to find an impact soon. Teleport coming in right now for the Ahri is Zumi looking to close the door now on Gunny and Dorito. The Thresh gonna get taken down first. Dorito does have the spell shield, blocks the charm there, I do believe, but Nahor on the wraparound finds the combo, and both of those kills given over to the Jinx. Slayer up to 4 now. And now we have to start wondering, Nasian here to at least collect the minion wave. Diana, I think, should be all right. Is Punky going to be all right?
Yeah, he is. He's fine. Oh, thank goodness. That would have been an absolute disaster to lose a bot side play of the map that hard and then lose a top side. Thankfully, Nasian was able to get that CS and stop their first tower from going down, even possibly. You know, Jinx with the get excited passive does just do so much damage. That's some really big trades happening in the mid lane here.
Yeah, Zumi going down really low, just a little bit more damage, and he's going to be in execute range. There it is, Mellow Devil with the Mel. Oh, I just realized that Mellow Devil's on the Mel. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But another solo kill for the mid laner for Conduit Phoenix. Man, I mean, I was really curious, honestly, to see Devils play tonight. Because obviously he was top lane last season. And so my expectations, you know, as he's playing mid lane this time around were pretty low. But 2 solo kills already, looking really good on this Mel pick.
Yeah, has quite a sizable CS lead as well. Just going to need to see if they're able to kind of transition that as it's coming through. Punk, this is not a fight you win, man. Oh, no.
Too early
Oh,
on the riposte. Moonshot doesn't have the ultimate, though.
okay.
So the Fiora
He's
will
just
be
going to
able
get run down,
Oh
though,
my
I
god, it's
think.
another decimating smash. Is he actually just dead? The dash
If
away.
he has
Moonshot
E,
doesn't have
yeah.
the flash either. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Okay, the flash out for the Fiora. This is rough. I mean, the Scion is pretty strong right now. It does have the Sunfire done already, plus the Bramble, so it's an item disadvantage for the Fiora, but still, I mean, that is not what you want to see from your R5 pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna be interested. Is Nation gonna get something here? Gonna be able to take Moonshot down? He does not have his ult quite yet to be able to get out, but I think he's out.
Flashing in,
that's
his Nation finds him with the Moonfall, and the Scion is relatively low. Does get back underneath the turret. The Entabalosa finds the knockup on the 2 Nation, the last turret shot. Not quite enough, but the zombie does get the job done. Moonshot makes it a 1-for-1, and now Nahor finding the pulverize onto 2. Box coming
It's a
out from
TP
Gunny
from
in response.
Mellow, though.
Unbreakable Will now from the Alistar. It's going to time out relatively soon, and he has to flash away from the Solar Snare. Nice teleport in from Mellow. Gets the Summoner out from the Monkey's support. But now this is going to mean Zumi with some alone time here on the mid-tier 1. At least plates have fallen off, so the Ahri not going to get too much value from that.
Yeah, does have that full set of grubs there, so actually did a fair chunk to that mid lane tower, which is pretty big. It is a minute now to this next dragon comes up. We do see Rift Herald has also spawned, both junglers in that top side vicinity. I think, though, we see Mango is going down towards this bot side to get red buff. Might go looking for a drive-by gank here if Mellow does step up. But Slayer, I think, is going to be able to take First Blood Tower here in the bot lane, which should secure feats for this team.
Oh, man. Yeah, this Jinx just getting even more fed. For sure has the most gold in this game right now. I'm curious, over-under, do you think Slayer will get more or less than 14 kills? His total from Game 3 last week.
Less, because I think the game will end before that point.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. We'll see. It looks like a Rift Herald is getting taken right now by Conduit. We're making Death Rocket for the attempted steal, but it doesn't quite work out for Slayer. The objective will be taken.
Yeah, but we see that Mango directly identifies this as crossing over, take away some of these camps in the bot side here, just as Nation had done to them earlier.
Herald immediately summoned up in mid lane. Will, I think, be enough to take down that mid-tier 1, and there it is. Just in time for the dragon spawn as well. Can Conduit transition this into a dragon take? Feels a little bit dangerous. You know, ultimates available for both Zumi and Mango. But everything available for Conduit as well, but they're not going directly towards it. Nation just clearing out these topside camps. They don't seem too interested in the dragon.
Moonshot's going to take this top lane tower as well. That's pretty big.
All right, the Grand Challenge going to come out from the Fiora, trying to block the escape route for the potential ult away, and Moonshot just going to crash into the wall. Should be a kill here. The shield does come up, but the Scion is going to get taken down. An extra charge shot onto the Fiora, but she dashes away from the zombie. And it will be a nice pickup there in the side lane for Nation and Punk. And they're probably going to be able to take this entire turret now as well. Not too much of a minion wave to work with. And actually, the turret will grab the rest of those minions. Zumi now looking with the Spirit Rush because pulled underneath the tower and has to flash away. Does the Ahri. Really nice, as you say, from Gunny there. But still, Dorito Fingies had to flash away. Was really worried about that charm landing. And in the end, the tier 1 top lane will get taken down by Phoenix.
Another hook.
And the lazy recall for Zumi, and it's a free kill over to Dorito.
Does Slayer kill him, though?
Big, but Slayer's so fed, blasting forward the zap. Not quite going to find the Sivir. I don't know if Dorito can stick around underneath this tower, but Slayer low on mana will back away.
Okay. So, maybe we get Nahor to stand in front next time of our Ahri, but that was a great play from Gunny on that Thresh. Finding that kill is so big for your Sivir. It just buys that little bit of time. Is going to give her that extra gold to finish her tier 2 boots there. And the item parity doesn't look that bad at this current moment. It's only an extra pickaxe and Cloak of Agility, right? That's not that bad.
The main question is, because obviously Slayer very, very close to the Infinity Edge right now. The question is, can Dorito Fingies also get towards that second item before the next dragon spawn? I think that's the main thing we need to look out for.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. We don't see the Sivir building like a lot of the kind of like cheaper kind of utility items that you normally see out of her. A lot of the time we see her go like Essence Reaver and things like that, not just necessarily this Yuntal into Infinity Edge, which I'm assuming is the build that Dorito is going for this game.
Yeah, if you're going Yuntal first, you almost certainly just want to fully index into crit at that point. So, yeah, the BF sword there, the Infinity Edge seems very likely for the Sivir.
Does Nahor block this? No. Okay, get out for Punkerus, which is good.
Yeah, my stream froze as well.
Okay. Here's stuff, so I think it's okay. Yep.
I
All
do
right,
hear
we're back.
stuff still, yeah. Okay, here we go. Little technical issues there. All good?
Yeah. But Atacon is spawning in 45 seconds here, I believe, right? It spawns at 20 minutes, I believe.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
New
that's
guy
right.
gonna be up on the map. We see wards already ready for that for Nahor. You know, has the pink directly on it. We see that ward up in the tri-brush as well. So they are definitely ready to take this, and I think it's a really big fight for them. Do have to be a little worried that there is that Seeker's Arm Guard available on Nation on this Diana, so they do have that to play with, and this second item is finished already for Mellow Devils, whereas Zoomies has not finished theirs.
Definitely. You know, the Ari, it looks like going for that Cosmic Drive, I believe, second. So, it's a relatively affordable item. Should be able to get there relatively soon. There is the Otacon. He's on the top side of the map this game, alongside our mid laners at the moment. And a little under 2 minutes on the second Ocean Dragon.
And Slayer does have his Infinity Edge done, while it's just this BF sword so far completed for Dorito Fingies. And that's a lot worse of a look than just a couple of extra components.
Yeah, definitely the case. We'll see how much Monkeys want to press their advantage that they have, you know, between the two AD carries in this moment. Definitely, there's an advantage, as previously highlighted for Mellow Devils right now as well on that Mel.
But I want to mention the gold lead that we had talked about that Monkeys were building up. It's gone, right? It's even now in terms of gold lead. Like, you know, it's 200 different. They had a 2K gold lead. So Conduit definitely doing a really great job at just being able to slow the tempo of this game down. I really thought this mid-game point was just going to be like insurmountable and just be completely unplayable for them. So I'm glad to see that they've really been able to do things and trade on the side of the map, you know, like getting that tier 1 tower as well as that kill onto the enemy onto Moonshot in exchange for that dragon. So they've gotten a lot of power for themselves, and I'm hoping they can fight this dragon that's up in 30 seconds here.
Yeah, we just see some really nice vision, honestly, around that bot side of the map right now for Conduit Phoenix. They've got those double control wards guarding their own jungle entrances and some really nice deep wards as well. So they're definitely set up better for this objective right now. We'll see if the Monkeys are going to be able to force their way in. Mango is not on the correct side of the map at the moment. And Conduit Phoenix already grouped up. They've got really that bot wave pushed very deep in by Punk Iris as well. Moonshot trying to move in. Punk Iris even stealing away the Krugs there.
Yeah, so this is the point of the game now that you have your Ravenous Hydra done, that you just got to start suctioning up more and more gold here of this Fiora, that you should really never be able to get threatened by San. You basically don't even hit him anymore. You heal full off waves, especially with probably that Legend Bloodline done as well. But they are rooming together as 4. We see Fiora immediately pinging, I'm on this tower. Don't fight, don't fight.
Interesting. I mean, could come back to collapse, theoretically. Nation, though, getting pushed out of the river right now. Dragon getting burned down by the Monkeys. Really nice headbutt there from Nahor. Evicts the enemy jungler. Nation cannot get back into the river in time.
Oh,
Still
God.
engage. The flash away for Slayer. Staying alive in the pit for now on the Jinx. Moonshot not finding anybody with the Scion ultimate. Now the hook is going to connect onto Mango. The Wukong trying to follow up on this one. Still holding onto the Cyclone. Does find it onto the carry. Slayer still staying safe in the river. The Jinx still free hitting for now. The Engage too powerful for the Monkeys as Conduit Phoenix just get run down. And it's going to be 3-0 in the team fight, plus soul point for Monkeys.
And it's going to be new guy Atacon and maybe a tier 1 tower from Moonshot who's just going to take it. I think this Demolish proc should let him get it, as well as this
Nobody here to
Atacon.
defend.
Yeah, this is a disaster. This is one of those things where if you're Punk and you're saying, I'm committing for this tier 2, I need this money, you have to be yelling at your team more to not fight this. They did not have the time to go after that fight, and oh man, that's so bad for them.
Yeah, a really devastating sequence there for Conduit Phoenix. It's such a shame. I felt like they were set up so well for that potential
Yeah.
objective fight. And, you know, personally, I understand that it, like, feels bad to team fight as Fiora, but, like, you had all of that prio in the bot lane. Like, Punkyrus, you're on the correct side of the map to fight there. I feel like you come in from a flank angle, you try to, like, threaten the Jinx from an off angle. Like, I feel like that should have been the play. You know, now you're up against Soul Point, and your team felt like they were forced to opt into that fight without you. And it just feels really difficult to play out now from here for Conduit. You know, the tier 1 and mid went down, as you mentioned. The Otacon went down, as you also mentioned. Just that lead feels like has exploded now in favor of the Monkeys.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how big these leads get in towards the levels. I mean, we do see Mello is already a level up over Zumi here towards this Ari. You know, Punk Iris definitely has a little bit of a lead over Moonshot here. I mean, Trinity is done now, so...
Well, Punk in some
Mango's-
trouble right now. In comes the
Yeah.
Wukong. There's a Cyclone. The Robust came out pretty early. The Flash Away is there, but R2 gonna come out for the Wukong, and Punk gonna get taken down. Killing spree for Mango. And now that bad news is continuing to come in for the Conduit fans.
Yeah, I don't think there's a good news portion of this segment like you normally get either. Oh, Mello maybe gets something here. Maybe this is
Here
the
it
good
is.
news. Oh,
All right.
there it is.
Just completely obliterated that Ari. That was just a one combo. Solar Snare into Q, into ult, into you're dead. This Mel champion is kind of busted.
It's weird. It's like she has the highest ban rate in the game for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Faker obviously making it look pretty good as well. A little bit of a Faker effect there. As more people kind of realizing that the champion is a little bit overtuned at the moment. Mellow Devil's now moving in, reflects the zap. Blue buff will be secured by Mango. Not going to get spotted out there.
That's
No,
a
very
slow
far forward
landing.
right now.
He's
There is the
gonna
combo.
die.
The Flame Chompers are down. The Lantern is there, but he can't click on it. And Slayer is unstoppable. Nahor creating so much space there. Really nice finding that engage.
Oh,
Finds
what a
another
flash.
combo onto the other carry. Dorito gonna get taken down. A double kill just hand delivered to Slayer on a silver platter. Here you are, sir. Enjoy your 600 gold. And that should probably be Baron as well for Monkeys.
Yeah, just Mello, that little far forward got slowed by a zap there, and that's just all Nahor needs to be able to land the WQ into the Jinx traps, and it's just curtains from there. You know, Jinx is excited, has that movement speed, and there we see that flash forward from Nahor.
Yeah,
Just a chef's
Mellow
kiss.
Devil's not respecting the Alistar there. I mean, you can't just walk up like that in Nahor's face. Like he's gonna combo you. And here it is again. Nation found out in his own jungle. The Lantern comes down, but it is not going to save the Diana. Zumi picks up his third. Baron taken by around 26.5 minutes. And we did have to wait a little bit longer than perhaps we were expecting, but the Monkeys have now blown this game completely wide open. They are up now 5.5K, cruising towards a Game 1 victory.
Yeah, I feel like soul spawning in them for 30 seconds. They just group mid together. They get that pushed in. That gives them their priority. They secure soul. And with soul, I don't see a way that this team loses. I mean, sure, they are a little bit weak to burst that Nation and Mellows could land some sort of huge combo on them, but I just don't see any way. With Sivir being this far behind, I'm pretty sure that this game is just more than over. Oh, that's an ult burned already from Fingies, who has no one around, knows that he can't be there. And yeah, there's
seems
just
like,
no contest whatsoever. They're just in the top side seeing, we can get top side camps. That's our win from this point.
It's split push is the only hope for Conduit. You know, they do have the Fiora to try to do, but look at this health bar on Moonshot, man. I don't think he's killable anymore. I think that Scion is immortal.
Yeah. I think he's okay too. He's got that Canic Rookern as well, so Mello isn't doing
And nobody's
like,
defending mid. We've sent
Yeah.
5 people to potentially maybe damage a Scion, And nobody is defending that mid-inner turret. Now Moonshot is going to get jumped on. He does respect the solar snare enough to flash away from it, which, fair enough, I suppose. Your team is getting a lot in other parts of the map, so just make absolutely sure you're not going to get.
Oh my god, look at how much
there.
damage that zap just did to Fingies. That was a third of his HP. Oh my god, he's at half.
Have another? Oh, yeah, Mango not pulling the trigger
that
on the
was
Cyclone.
another.
Oh my goodness, they're making the rocket landing as well, and Dorito has to go back to the fountain to heal. And the inhibitor turret is going to get taken. Slayer, with the passive, there's the flash in, the flash away for an Asian. Mango, oh, look at everybody just trying to survive right now in their own base. Mid inhibitor going to get taken effortlessly, and look at Zumi has already got this bot wave coming in. Easy rotation down for the monkeys. They are getting so much done with this Baron. You love to see it.
Yeah, this should be another inhib going down here. And this is Jinx excited again. Do we see a run forward from Slayer? No, just going to right-click on this tower. Oh, Punk's here against Moonshot. That's good.
2 levels down on the Scion. Moonshot struggling to take any damage. And he's going to stop the recall of Devils. Oh, insane. Can they kill the Scion? Moment of truth. He eventually... Oh, no, that Golden Eclipse didn't do any damage. He does have an Ocean Soul. He's healing quite a lot. Will eventually die, but the Nexus turrets are falling simultaneously. Slayer going to pick up kill number 7. Didn't get anywhere close to 14 kills this time around. Devils does teleport back to the Nexus tower to try to defend. Nahor does punt away Punk, and the Death Sentence not quite going to land. The flash in for the Fiora, excuse me. Is going to take down the Alistar. And Slayer is going to be forced to retreat. The Nexus turret, both Nexus turrets will fall down. But I guess Conduit are surviving for now, technically.
Yeah, they didn't lose. So they got that going for them as far as a win goes. They got a shutdown, I'm pretty sure, onto Scion. Probably also shut down as well onto Mango. That those were some big kills going over. But don't know if it really matters. We have 3.5 minutes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right? Like, they should just walk down and just finish this game up, you would imagine. Maybe we buy some extra items or something. We see Jinx now has Runan's Hurricane done, just in case their splash damage in team fights wasn't quite enough. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, at least with that base defense, Conduit Phoenix have pushed us past 30 minutes. So a small win.
Yeah. That's generally not a win that you're happy to have. Those are the wins that you measure when you're the last place team and you're going, we're playing the best team in the league this week, guys. We need to set realistic expectations. Those are the wins you would be getting in that situation. This just feels bad. You're supposed to be like very close against this team.
Punk's gonna be able to riposte that one, but now doesn't have it anymore. Mango gonna get in there. Cyclone not even going to be necessary. It's Punk on the run, trying to get away from this one. There's the rocket. And without the riposte, you are just dead to that one. Slayer going legendary, does pick up that kill number 8. Still going to be tough to catch up to 14, though. Don't know if he'll be able to do it.
Yeah, also pretty crazy. Nahor is basically by himself here, marking 3 people, getting them all to reset. I think he just got Thresh to flash over a wall. I don't know. Maybe that was a Hex Slash. But
well, here
Nexus
comes Slayer
under
on
fire.
the Nexus. Yeah, is going to get taken down here around 32 minutes. Really nicely played by Monkeys down the stretch here. They had that one really big team fight win around, I believe it was the second Dragon, where they picked up a bunch of kills, and it just felt like they slammed their foots down on those gas pedals from there and picked up a very, very convincing victory here in game number 1.
Yeah, and we can just kind of see we got this damage chart here. Slayer Jinx just being able to do so much damage. ADC is the role you should be playing for, I guess is the conclusion we can come to with this game, right? That was it. That was all we need to figure out. No, there's at least 2 games more, but we have to talk about who's going to be our player of the match. We've been talking about Slayer a lot. Is it them? Is it Moonshot on Scion? Is it Nahor for having some of those incredible initiations? What say you, crewman?
I think it's Nahor. I mean, Slayer played well, but he was set up just so beautifully by Nahor, I think. It made it very easy for Slayer to just finish people off. Just to Nahor, felt like he was He was putting the ball up there right next to the hoop, and Slayer's just getting up there and put one finger on it, just tapped it in over and over again. That's kind of how it felt to me.
Yeah, I definitely think that Moonshot definitely deserves a shout out. I think they played incredibly on that Scion. They were
Yeah.
so good. They were weak sided the whole game. They flashed at the right times. Were playing respectfully. Um,
Mhm.
I would almost be willing to give it to them, but I definitely agree with you. Nahor had a fantastic game as that Alistair. Definitely, capitalized on slows like we saw from Slayer, landing that zap into that Alistair combo, into the then flash combo onto Dorito Fingies was definitely the straw that broke the camel's back. So support MVP vote coming out. Very
Oh, yeah.
rare, I feel like, from us. We don't give out very many support MVPs.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. I do really like your Moonshot shout out as well. We saw there were two really big moments in this game where the Scion was getting pushed in. There was the Grubs fight that happened pretty early where Scion was
Yeah.
getting pushed in, and then he like sacked the wave and used the ultimate to just like close the door on Conduit in that Grub fight. And then around, I think it was the third drag or the second Ocean Dragon, where he was getting pushed in really deep in that bot lane, but then still somehow like beat Punk Iris to that team fight. Like the Scion got there first and had that massive impact in that fight as well. So yeah, I think Moonshot played extremely well on the Scion, and just some really solid team fighting from the Monkeys. They drafted for team fight and they team fought well, and they picked up a pretty comfy game 1 victory as a result. So I think that's going to do it though for our game 1 discussion. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll be back for Game 2 Champion Select, see if Conduit Phoenix can bounce back. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are going to jump in about halfway through this draft. The teams, I guess, wanted to wrap this up as quick as possible tonight. Fair enough, I suppose. But we do have Monkey's business. It looks like staying on the blue side. Conduit Phoenix sticking with red, despite the fact, Storm, that it felt like their R5 Fiora did not really work out in that first game.
Yeah, I don't really support this choice to be sticking on red side here. I especially think it's really weird when you're going to take your jungle duo so early with this really, really aggressive picks in Nocturne Akali.
Yeah, seems like Conduit Phoenix are just going to index into this side lane strategy once again. It most likely. I mean, Nocturne and Akali, they can team fight, but they're certainly not that great at it, compared to some other things that you could have gone for. So, and on the other side for Monkey Business, I mean, the way getting first picked is pretty interesting. There's the Skarner going to come through as well. Like I was mentioning, I believe in the Game 1 draft was buffed on this patch, and the Ezreal feels really nice into Nocturne and Akali. And Bessa, wow, super aggressive topside here for Conduit.
Yeah, but you picked this stuff into Ezreal. Right?
It's tough.
Like
I
okay,
mean,
so
way
now
at
you are now forced to ban Karma and some other shield support that is also really annoying for your team, right? The disengage stuff like Braum, I think Janna would have been a really good ban as well. But like that's all Monkeys does, right? They just pick some sort of disengage support. They pick something else that just like wants people to come into them. Like I don't know if the matchup is because I don't play a lot of Ambessa. I'm very much a tank player, but like Gwen or something like that, there's like something melee that wants people to be on top of them and like has a hard time getting in, or Darius or something like that, where it's like, yeah, dive into us, please do it, is kind of like the vibe I'm getting from this Monkeys team. And what the hell do you do as Phoenix with this like ADC to like be with it? Because Kai'Sa's banned, which is who you want, right? Jinx isn't available, and that's like the get excited and go in champion. Varus? What the hell does Varus do for you, right? Like, I guess it's some sort of utility angle to like get something going with the ult or something like that, but I'm hating this draft a lot so far.
Yeah, I believe that Varus is a somewhat of a common answer into the Ezreal. So you can, with Varus, you're going to be able to match somewhat the range of the Ezreal and the way. I assume we're probably going to be going lethality this game. If the rest of your team is full dive, then they're not really playing around you. So going on hit is probably not the move. I imagine he's probably going to play just full lethality, poke Varus. We'll see how it works out. I definitely think, Dorito Fingies and Gunny down there, they did a pretty decent job during the laning phase, I thought. I mean, Slayer and Nahor didn't really find huge advantages in the lane. And even I liked the early rotation for Dorito and Gunny as well. Like going up towards the top side for that grub fight, I thought made a lot of sense. They just got out-executed in those fights. I really wonder if they had drafted more towards team fight, if maybe that previous game would have looked a little bit different, but it seems like, they're not really drafting for it again here, and we'll see how it goes.
Did we just lock Renata Glaskin with our full dive team comp?
It appears that they did do that, yes.
Okay. That's strange to me. I feel like the supports in these teams should be swaps, no? Like imagine if this is Renata Glass on the side of Monkeys and it's Rakan for the side of Phoenix. I feel like both these teams would be so much happier.
I would agree. That would make more sense to me as well. What do you think about the Renekton into Ambessa? That feels relatively fine, right? I think you want to pick like a pure tank into Ambessa.
You want to pick something that could... Yeah, because the annoying thing about Ambessa, and the part that I've discovered more as I'm playing against her more and more in solo queue, is she gets Omnivamp on her ult, right? You just get that as part of your kit once you hit 6, and then you stop being able to like poke her out of lane ever, and she just kind of sits there and just throws like those Q things at you and does like those 2 really short autos and then leaves with her shield that she gets from the Syzygy or whatever it's called as well. And you just kind of like are forced to randomly go, I'm gonna all in you, I'm gonna do it. And that's how it feels playing against her. I don't know if I'm just playing against bad Ambessas because I'm now stuck in Emerald. But that's how a lot of the fights I feel with this champion goes. And it's like Renekton threatens the all in, right? If Ambessa like goes like, oh, I'm gonna do this cheeky dash combo and like get towards you, Renekton can always press flash W and try and kill you with Dominus and stuff like that. So there's a lot going that I like with that pick. I understand it. I just don't know if you're always able to threaten it. That pick I've had a lot of success with is Urgot. I'm a big Urgot enjoyer. I feel like he's really good into basically every fighter champion, is how I feel he works. Is that like Rock is like, the direct, the tanks of Ornn and things like that. And, normal fighters of, the Olafs and the Fioras and everything beat those. And then Urgot is like scissors that he beats those champions and he gets absolutely smashed by any real tank. So I think he's something that maybe teams should look into or some other picks like him. I guess Ambessa kind of covers that category of she's really good into tanks, but struggles into actual fighters. But anyway, I'm on a random tangent here. Who do you got? Do you got the full dive team comp with all of these executions, or do you have the really I want to say it's just a heavy disengage kind of standard team here for monkeys.
Yeah, I mean, I think the monkeys have the easier to play out draft once again here.
Yeah.
I think the Skarner, I haven't had the chance to experiment with Skarner myself on this patch just yet. I haven't pulled him out again yet, but I feel like he's probably going to be pretty strong. I'm curious to see what the build is going to be because the buffs were all like damage oriented. Like he has like an AD ratio on his E now, and like Q cooldown has been like adjusted and has a higher AD ratio. So I think the idea was for Skarner to be able to build like bruiser items like Sterax, or even if you want to get really crazy, you could try like Sundered Sky Skarner. I have no idea if that's good or not, but I'm curious to see what the build is going to be for the Skarner in this game. I do feel like they have the solid front line, they have engage, they have good damage. I feel like the Monkeys draft just kind of has everything, and Conduit are once again kind of indexing into these really aggressive solo lanes to try and see if they can get advantages there. I do think it's going to be a ton of pressure on Mellow Devils, this game again to have a huge impact on this Akali. Had the opportunity to pick it into the way and a mobile mage, right? A kind of champion that Akali definitely can prey on if you play it out well. Mellow Devils we saw in that previous game, right, had multiple solo kills, was able to find that really nice lead over Zumi, but then kind of had that one really big misstep in the mid lane where it just got engaged on by Nahor's Alistar, and that kind of felt like it was the beginning of the end for Conduit in that first game. So hoping to see, if we can see a strong lane phase come out from Devils again here and into like a more stable mid to late game. I feel like that's what Conduit need to try to get us to that third game tonight.
Yeah, I think so as well. I feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders this game because I don't see a lot of worlds where I don't know who Rakan or like where is our Nocturne Ambessa priority, right? Is it just Tway? I feel like he's
Just
the
way.
only I think those are the only people you can press R on. God knows you're never doing it onto, the tanks of Skarner and Renekton. Rakan is so slippery with the quickness and his W that he should be able to always get away, and he's always, has a teammate nearby with the E shield as well. And it feels like it's so hard to do on Ezreal as well. Like even if you land the Ambessa ult, like it's telegraphed, you can just buffer it with Ezreal E as well. So it's really all on Mellow Devils on the Sakali. I think it's so hard to play this game otherwise, and they really need to come up big. I'm definitely in agreement with you. I think this game seems so much easier on the side of the monkeys to play. It's the enemy team is going to attack us, and whoever comes into us and attacks us, we just turn on them and kill them. Skarner just sits on top of my carries, and I press E when someone dashes into them. And then I press R after they have been stunned into a wall. And Rakan is going to stun them for me as well after that. And then Ezreal is going to pump damage into them. And Hui is going to give us a shield and things like that. So I'm really not liking this Conduit team, but they have all of the possibilities. They have every single outplay button available to them, right? Kali is the infamous champion of like they're too difficult to play it almost kind of thing, similar to Azir. Ambessa definitely feels that way in the top lane that they just have so much available to them. So I think there's a lot of outplay potential. They should have a really good jungle matchup as well. This was kind of one of the things of even back in the day when Skarner was really broken was, things that were picked into him a lot were these power farming junglers similar to Nocturne and things like that, right? That, Skarner, the reason he was broken was he was a tank and he could clear super fast, and then they took away the reason that he could clear super fast. I'm unsure if these buffs are enough to give him that ability to, like, stay on pace with Nocturne, but I really doubt it. I think they're more towards his late game, which is already pretty good. So I feel like Nation also has a shot this game that they should be able to be pretty big. I don't know how they're going to build this game. I see a lot of Nocturnes kind of doing this more bruisery build of like Stride Breaker and things like that to be able to stick onto someone. Is that how you think he's going to go as the jungle player crewman?
Most likely. We'll see how it goes, guys. We'll be right back for game 2. All right, folks, here we go. Back onto the Rift for game number 2. Monkeys back on the blue side once again after a fairly commanding game 1 victory. Conduit Phoenix looking to run it back a little bit with a somewhat of a similar draft here on the red side once again for game 2. They definitely had some moments in that previous game. There were some things that we liked coming out from Conduit Phoenix, but they're going to need to clean it up pretty significantly to actually get us towards that third game tonight.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say as well. Definitely a lot that they have available to them in terms of outplay. We saw there was that level 1 stack for them. It's going to see it. Does it get anything? The word is here.
There's the Raptor Ward. Zumi going to get grabbed by the Renata. The way in trouble has the flash very early. So we'll get away, but that flash being down for the way is really big. Nocturne, not the best really ganking jungler, but...
Yeah, did Gummy Thickburn heal there?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering, maybe they thought they had Ignite or something like that. I think that was a misclick. Maybe it was just the movement speed to get them in range to land that tether, whatever the Renata thing is called. The handshake, I think.
Yes. Not sure. That seems like pretty likely to me. It was just for the movement speed to try to get into position. And overall... good read from the side of Conduit Phoenix. Clearly, they knew that the Monkeys were going to go for that Raptor Ward, and they were able to punish. So, very nice. But Slayer finding some early damage here. Level 1 on the Ezreal, already landing a bunch of Mystic shots on both Gunny and Dorito, chunked down to about half.
Yeah, has lethal tempo as well, right? We do see both ADCs are running lethal tempo, which I think is really interesting.
Oh, yeah. That is very interesting. Lethal tempo Ezreal is pretty unusual. Dorito not going to be able to find that piercing arrow. And now the engage onto Gunny. Does have the flash. Tries to use it to get away, but Slayer had the arcane shift. Puts in there for the last auto attack. Dorito trying to play it out. The hail of arrows does come down onto the Ezreal. The Varus will be able to walk that one off. Really nice fear in the mid lane there from Zumi.
Oh, moonshot.
Finds the Akali in the shroud. prevent that trade from going badly for the way. And there's a
Oh, a
shot.
tower shot.
Oh, it goes back in with the shuriken, but another fear for Zumi. Oh my goodness, Mellow Devil's down to a sliver of health. The Akali will be able to get away, but close call there in mid.
Yeah,
Mid
but
laner.
Akali has this health bot that she can chug here. Oh, but E lands.
Grasping ball into the severing bolt, and he's just dead. Oh no, that is an unmitigated disaster for Conduit.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it was the whole setup, right? The early game, you know that you saw last game that Zumi was the one to do it, and you're like, we're gonna get this guy's flash, we're gonna get our Akali this early thing. We even saw that Nocturne was just finished clearing his camps and was gonna be able to gank in just that little bit of time, and Akali dies in a solo 1v1. Oh, I don't want to call anything more, but like, that's so bad. That's like 5 minutes of planning out the window bad.
Yeah, really, really devastating. I mean, at least Mello did hold on to the flash. You know, probably should. Oh, knock up on a Dorito. A little bit of a chunk right as the Varus gets back to lane, but like, I'm like, you could have flashed the grasping maw, right? Or
Yeah.
the crushing maw or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And like, you wouldn't have died there. So, I mean, it's not the easiest ability to flash, but yeah, just really rough. Nation is going to make a visit now into the mid lane, but Zumi saw that one coming. Going to be able to back away, no problem. We did see a couple of resets come out already from both of our junglers. Did get their first purchases off. Nation actually foregoing the immediate return to his camps to try and look for that play in mid. Didn't really get anything for it. And now the Skarner will be slightly ahead. And Mellow Devil's going in with another shuriken, but is not winning out on this trade. Another grasping maw going to be there. Zumi just punishing this Akali right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
you really-
landing so many autos, right? That's the big thing, is it's just these abilities connecting, but then they're not in position with
double
like a
knockup.
shroud or anything.
Not going to be too much for now. But yeah, I mean, I think as a Kali, you really don't want to fight too much, like before level 6, right? I mean, like, I understand the reason you pick it is to punish the way, but you need
Okay,
the ultimate
Nation's
to
here.
really... Okay. Zumi should probably be dead here. Does have the flash back, though,
Flash.
actually.
He
It's
didn't
just going to get
flash.
feared up, though. And is the Thrilling Despair. Does a lot of damage, but yeah, the way is just going to accept his fate there. So that is going to be a kill over to the Akali. Dragon taken, though, in the meantime, and going to be able to secure that first neutral. Very early Dragon for the Monkeys.
Yeah, I just don't know. So our Akali is even in CS, which is good for Akali. You know, normally you go down in that lane, but we see Moonshot is able to start pulling this lane into Punkerus, who does have their TP available if they want to take a reset. Armor purchase early as Mbessa, generally not a good sign that things are going well, I would say. Normally
Yeah, that
want to
makes
see long swords.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. You know, when you were talking about the Mbessa trading pattern earlier, you used the Ornn upgrade name for Eclipse.
Yes,
That's how you know he's an
Yeah.
Ornn player, guys. Nahor dashes away from the fear tether. But yeah, usually you would want to see the Mbessa just beelining straight towards that Eclipse first item, right? Like, you do have to stop off for some early armor. I agree. Oh my god, look at that CS difference in top lane. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Is it's like double. That, like, sure, Akali's even, and that's really great, and like, you know, your bot lane's a little bit ahead, but oh my god, your top laner is getting absolutely destroyed.
Crushed. Like, how did that even happen?
He can't
Guess
play the
just
game.
Really good wave management from Moonshot. I mean, you called it out earlier. The fact that Renekton was kind of like pulling the wave, denying some creeps from Punk, and now another really nice trade for the Renekton. I mean, remember that Punk went for the Mbessa on R3, and so Moonshot was able to counterpick top lane on blue side, and is working out pretty well for him so far.
Yeah, I would say this matchup looks pretty good for Renekton. This is a TP coming back, and we do see Nocturne is top lane and does have ult
That's
available.
Paranoia. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, here comes Nation. The slice and dice should be there, though. The flash
Yeah.
away as well. And the fear is not going to land.
Oh,
The public
it didn't
execution
land.
does not come through for Punk. Now Nation getting choked down heavily.
Oh.
Just going to get cut down by the Renekton. And it's just another disaster for Conduit. And
Oh.
Fessa's going to dash into the way. They're going to give the kill over to Moonshot, though, for playing out that 1v2 very, very nicely. That's going to be 3
Yeah.
grubs over to the monkeys. And, yeah, I mean, just disastrous. Just disastrous. Even Slayer was in that top side. Is going to teleport back to the bot lane to catch that wave on the Ezreal. I think a couple
Yeah,
of
we do
turrets-
see
oh, man.
Mellow Devils is coming down. This should be a dead Ezreal here, right?
Well, we'll see. There's not too much of a minion wave here to work with for the side of Conduit. In fact, it's already gone. But help is still pretty far away for Slayer. But Punk getting zoned off this topside turret is
Yeah, so
obviously
Slayer
significant as
should
well.
know now that he's dead, right?
All right.
Okay.
Chain of Corruption is going to land. Nice setup there from Dorito. And they are going to be able to knock down
Oh.
that Ezreal relatively
Do they
easily.
just redive way on Zoomies here?
Well, he is going to connect the Spiraling Despair onto Nation. There's going to be a lot of
Oh my
damage onto
God,
the
look at
knockdown. Now
all-
Nahor is
oh.
here. Is not going to be able to find the great entrance on the Mellow Devils, though, and a lot of damage is coming out from this
We canceled the
Akali.
dash.
But the perfect execution just going to be used in retreat. They cannot fight both the Way and the Rakan together underneath the tower. Going to be the 1 kill. Is that entire top lane turret going to get taken right now by Moonshot? I think that turret might just be dead. He has 3 grubs now as well. Punk Iris
Yeah.
is in the mid lane and getting collapsed on by Mango. Does
He
flash
flashed.
and then gets impaled. And Slayer should be able to help knock down this Ambessa. Punk does have a ridiculous number of dashes because it is a very new champion, but is going to run out eventually, and Ezreal has a dash as well.
Rocked.
Oh, okay, yeah. Thanks,
Nope.
Riot Games. That's just, it's
Yeah.
just too many dashes. Like, it's just, like, come on. It's just silly.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there. Moonshot, however, was not able to take the full tower top lane. We did see Meldo teleport up there to save their top lane tower from going down and giving over feats at 10 minutes into the game.
Yeah, so that is, silver lining for Conduit. Good note there,
Yep.
Storm. But still losing out pretty heavily in general. They already down about 2.5K overall. Pretty significant for 10 minutes in.
Yeah. Their mid laner is down over double CS. Are we going to see a Flame Horizon?
laner.
Top laner. Another old shout out Flame. I think that was a KT Rolster player. That's where that term comes from, everyone. The Flame Horizon was from Flame because he did this to people in the LCK. Don't know why that guy
OGN
just...
back then, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, you are right.
As all right, there's the bubbling
W?
execution. Dominus going to come out in response. Oh my god. He's
Yep.
just crocodile food.
Yeah.
All right. And
There's
there's
the
the first
tower.
turret as well. Now this is, the all of Summoner's Rift is just a big old swamp right now, and Moonshot is king of the swamp. He is in his element right now.
Yep. Florida man is here.
Absolutely. And now, the Renekton, with his absolutely ridiculous lead, should be able to come down towards this second dragon, and it should be another very company-neutral objective. Knock up on a Mellow Devils. The Akali is be slippery enough to survive there. Gunny, in a little bit of an awkward spot here in the river, but they're not going to be looking for the Renata just yet. Moonshot is going back to the top lane, but has to teleport to join up with the team if there is going to be a fight down here. But it looks like Nation is not going to mess around with a steal attempt on that dragon, and it will just be the feat of monster slaying. Well, I guess they didn't even need it. They already had the feat
Yeah.
of strength for the side of the monkeys, but it'll be their second dragon as they move towards the soul. Mountain this game. There's going to be a paranoia into the mid lane. That gets out the flash from Zumi. That's something.
Yeah, I mean, Mello maybe now is able to get some sort of solo kill here. Does have the ult available. But with no E landing, that's not happening. And now we're going to see, can Punk get anything going? Oh, brief pause coming out here. Hopefully no one's
think,
having any big... Oh,
Any big internet issue. Yeah, hopefully it's
Yeah.
nothing too serious. But yeah, I think Punk is going to be lucky. Every single minion that he's able to get from this point on is like a blessing. You know, he doesn't get to play League of Legends anymore.
no.
It's just he gets to play Try Not to Die Simulator.
Yeah, this is why you pick tanks sometimes, some games, people. Because even if you are Ornn and you are 0-2 in 48 CS, your ultimate's still pretty good.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, the public execution is not going to be very threatening here. It's really the
No.
Ambessa is going to be the main one getting executed, it feels like, in
Yeah.
most of these situations. So, I mean, I guess technically there is a little bit of CC that does come with that ultimate if you can find it onto somebody, right? So,
Yeah, because
you
that
know,
I think it's like a second and a half knockup or
yeah,
something. It's
there's
suppression,
some
something like
utility
that.
there.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, as far as like other kind of like item spikes that have come through, the only real like completed items we see play, has that Blackfire Torch towards the mid lane. Um, I'm pretty sure Moonshot is going to finish his second item by the time Ambessa buys her first. I don't even know if it'll be close. I think he might get it before she does. I'm imagining this is a Sterix Gauge coming through for this Renekton. Could be a Hullbreaker. I mean, he does have the lead. He could do it.
Yeah.
Could also be a Trinity Force, for that matter. I do see a glowing mode in this inventory. That is how we build Sheen plus Phage, and that is Trinity Force, as demonstrated by Ezreal.
Could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean, it could pretty much go whatever build he wants at this point.
Yeah, as long as it's a fighter item, I'm not really that concerned.
Yeah.
As long as we don't start doing like a Moscow 5 and building AP randomly on our carries, I'm fine with whatever you build.
Hey, another throwback. You are just really fully embracing Unk status tonight, aren't you, Storm?
Yeah, I've been working too much with people who are way younger than me, and they make me feel very, very old, and I've just decided to accept it at this point.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think, sometimes that's all we can do is just kind of accept the situation. Kind of like what Punkiris has to do in this game. Just kind of accept the reality of the situation that you're in. And just try to survive, try to farm up as much as possible. And wait for an opportunity, maybe if the monkeys end up throwing somehow, then maybe you have a chance to come back in.
So let's build on this. What is the Conduit Phoenix plan, right?
Ooh.
You obviously have time to talk because this is amateur and there's nothing stopping you. So how are we building this? We got 4. The dragon was just taken. We see Rift Herald should be up, I believe, in a couple of minutes here towards the top side. I don't think we're fighting Rift Herald. That sounds probably like a bad idea. But what are we fighting for? Is it bounty money into shutdowns on Renekton? Is this our new goal? Is our goal to try and kill Moonshot on this collapse here? We do have Nocturne and Akali kind of roaming towards top lane, and Punkiris doesn't have their ult, but I'm sure can entice Moonshot to come in and try and kill him under his tier 2 tower, and then maybe we get a kill there.
Yeah,
what do you got?
If Moonshot overplays and is too aggressive, but I mean Nation just used the paranoia to try to get that flash out from Zumi in the mid lane, so that's not available for the Nocturne. I just think, even if you sent 5 people to go kill this Renekton, I think he's probably taken at least one with him at this point. I don't think that's a good use of resources. I think you just have to allow Moonshot to be king of the top side of the map for now and just do whatever he wants. Honestly, for Conduit Phoenix at this point, I think you're just praying for a throw. I don't know if there's any kind of proactive play that you can set up from this position. It feels pretty doomed to me, to be honest.
So I got one. I got another one.
Okay, hit me.
So Moonshot is so strong and so big. Gummy Thick ults him and he kills his own teammates.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're thinking like a potential Rift Herald fight? Where there's a Renekton maybe next to a Wei who doesn't have flash? And
exactly.
We our flash, the Renata ult, to point blank get the Renekton while he's next to the Wei, and then he kills the Wei, and then it's maybe playable. Killing the Renekton after that still seems like it's going to be pretty difficult, but maybe.
Yeah, I didn't really think past the part of Moonshot kills his own teammate, and it would be really funny to see him 3-shot his own teammate. But
Yeah, especially if he ends up going Trinity Force, so that he gets the extra
Yeah.
attack speed there. That would be potentially dangerous for his own team.
I mean, and yeah, if he has his W primed, it will go off on his teammates. So,
yeah.
but
Something to look
yeah,
out for.
maybe that. I mean, they have a big bot lane lead, right? Dorito Finkies is up like 20 CS. Like he's pretty strong. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna have his Bork done pretty soon here. He does have barrier and flash. Like he can play a fight. I don't think the
That
rest of
is
his
something.
team. Yeah,
That is something that we hadn't touched on, I don't think, yet. The fact that the
Yeah.
Varus is actually going on hit this game, as opposed to the lethality that I was expecting.
yeah. I feel like
It
briefly
feels-
talking about it when we were like it's lethal tempo on Varus. I feel like that just kind of
Oh, did we?
shows it off, right? Yeah, I said both ADCs were taking it. Slayer
that's
taking
right.
it on Ezreal is like. I feel like it's getting more and more common. It's like a Korean thing because it makes you like. It makes Ezreal basically the best level 1 champion in the game, I think, because of your Q also stacking your attack speed as well as lethal tempo. It just means that like
Mhm.
you get to fight anyone basically at level 1 and win. Is
Right.
generally the reason I see it. But hopefully we get whatever this issue is resolved soon here. Pretty sure by rule books, these teams only have 10 minutes straight of pause time or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Not entirely sure who paused or for what reason. If we have any kind
Yeah.
of update production, feel free to let us know. But yeah, I mean the lethal tempo on the Varus is pretty interesting. I mean, as you say, it's a really strong level 1, and it synergizes really well with the passive, right? Where it's like Ezreal, he gets attack speed from the passive, and then lethal tempo is stronger the more attack speed you have. So there's some synergy there. Definitely pretty unusual, but and also I feel like Slayer. I don't really expect the Ezreal to get that much uptime on auto attacks, against this composition. So it is a little bit weird to me for that reason, but certainly, it's not unheard of for Ezreals to take the rune. I'm honestly a little bit more worried or concerned about the lethal tempo over here for Dorito Fingies, because he just doesn't have the front line to work with. Like, how is this Varus ever going to have the opportunity to like stand and fire? Like, it just feels like if he's in a position to do that, he's just going to get engaged on and die. I mean, I guess he has Renata to try to cover for him, but it just feels really tough.
Yeah. So he has Renata to cover for him, and he has like the pseudo front line of Akali and a Shroud, right? That you can't just run past that to get to the very squishy and delicious Varus tree. So he's got that.
Sure.
And he's got the darkness. That's like 6 seconds of the enemy team can't exactly like directly see you and know where you are to flash on you and kill you. So he's got that going too. Yeah, I'm out of ideas, man. I don't know. This it's only like a 3K gold lead, but your team is all about like, we're going to be ahead and we're going to win fights and we're going to get outscaled, but that's okay because we're going to smash these guys in the early game. And you're down like 3.5K gold. Your top laner basically is like, at this point would be getting written at in all chat of, God damn it, I'm going to report you for inting my game type thing. Oh, we're back.
We are back. Let's go. All right. So just to recap, we did just see that paranoia in the mid lane from Najin.
Oh, that was an
Flash
ult
out
from Zumi. Oh,
yeah,
post
we did
pause,
just toss
pause.
out a spiraling. Yep. So perfectly fine. The way could go for a reset here as the wave did get pushed in. We'll see. Neither mid laner with their teleports available at the moment.
Oh, thank God. We're still in it. The game worked.
We're back. We're so back.
Yeah. You can never tell with
Moonshot is,
spectate client. Oh my God, he just got W'd under tower and almost died.
Well, you got shrunk down to half. I wouldn't say he's
Yeah.
almost dead quite yet, but one more of those, and yeah, he will be almost dead. So we'll have to watch out
Yeah.
for those being in W range of the Renekton. Pretty dangerous at the moment.
Yeah, he has Dominus
Najin,
too, right? To stack the Fury immediately.
Yeah. Does he just dive here? There's not enough of a minion wave. I don't think he can
Yeah.
dive here as Moonshot.
Yeah, his bot lane's getting tier 2. You don't know where Ezreal and stuff is. I guess Varus Dorito Fingies is having some internet issues. We see him not moving in base.
Oh, dear. Well, that is devastating. I mean, that's like the
Yeah.
one role that had a lead for Conduit. Like the one
Yeah.
guy who was actually doing okay in this game. And now, yeah, that is incredibly unfortunate.
Oh, I just feel so bad for him. Came on Otter Talk and was so excited to be on stream, and that's not a way you wish
Well,
out on anyone.
We're gonna
Moonshot's
try
gonna
to
die.
kill the Renekton. Is he? Let's see.
Yes.
He slices away from
Oh my
the
God,
hostile
he
takeover.
missed.
The public execution is going to miss once again. The perfect one does come through, but it's not enough damage. The Renekton is too fed. Moonshot kind of playing with them. Does eventually have to flash away from the Akali. Now in comes Nahor. Gonna be able to find Mellow Devils with the quickness. And Mellow Devil is going to be hit with the sickness. Zumi looking for the last hit, and we'll find it. Number 2 for the way. And things going from bad to worse for Conduit. Slayer going to be able to secure himself some solo turret gold here in the mid lane. Just happily auto-attacking away. No cares in the world. No Varus on the enemy team to stop him, unfortunately. So, yeah. You really thought Moonshot was going to die there, huh? Really? You really thought he was
Yeah.
going to die?
I mean, come on, bro. Punk missed his public execution when the guy got knocked up. How was I supposed to know
Only
he was
they
going to
had
miss?
that 1.5 seconds of CC. Would have made all the difference.
I mean, it means Akali lands R2. She had to use R2 to dap
Yeah.
close, and that was like the 300 HP. I think that was a kill, 100% if Ambessa hits that ult.
Fair enough. And did Punk have the flash there as well to actually like try to guarantee the ult landing? I mean, he has it now. I assume he had it for that play
Yeah.
as well, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me check the VOD. If he had it, then that's even more damning. As that's going to be a mid-inner now, taken for free by the Ezreal. Pretty crazy. They're up 8,000 gold now, guys. This game is over.
Yeah.
It's just over. Very tragic ending to tonight's streamed match.
Yeah, I'm just going to go take a look. There's some other results came through. XSV Envy beat Imperial Gaming 2-0. Dorado Gaming Iota 2-0'd Iceborne as well. That series was not close at all. Both games in under 30 minutes.
Yeah, Iceborne
those-
has looked pretty strong against some other opponents, but we know Dorado and their wins, kind of similar to Monkeys here, actually, have been very dominant in their wins. So not too surprising to hear that they did have that convincing victory tonight.
Yeah, their only loss was to Gluttony, right? And that
Week
series
1,
went to
yeah.
3, and it was very, very close. So, like,
Well, Nation is here with the paranoia and a flash and a dream of maybe stealing a Rift Herald. I don't think it's very likely.
Oh,
Moonshot's gonna pop
Moonshot's
the Dominus. He's going to look for the turret dive here. And the paranoia is going to come out onto the Renekton, who I think will actually die this time. And he doesn't manage to trade back on a Punk there either. So there's a shutdown for the Ambessa. It's probably only down like maybe a couple of thousand gold now.
yeah. Second item completed now for Renekton was Black Cleaver was the choice. That's interesting. Whatever. That's cool.
Man, it's so crazy. I mean, so much credit, honestly, to Moonshot. Because,
Yeah.
like, I didn't even realize the fact that there was that huge gap in the top lane until it was, like, already... It felt like too big to overcome for Punk Guy. Like, felt like it was almost just, like, pure wave management and, like, wave manipulation from Moonshot that just gave him that massive lead. Mellow Devil is going to die here in the side lane. Hard to blame him.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to get anything that he can on the map right now. You know, the Monkeys, they were on the top side of the map just a little bit ago. So trying to get some split pushing done, ends up getting collapsed on.
I was
What can you do?
going to mention, I really wanted to see it. This could have been a Shelly dancing game. We almost never see it happen anymore. This could have been it. We could have used it mid lane and gotten the bonks off and gotten the dancing Rift Herald, but instead we're just going to use it to secure more money for our team. Which,
Yeah.
you know, fair enough.
I mean, maybe because it feels a little bit weird just because you're in like a 5v4 situation with Dorito having those internet issues. So in that context, then maybe going for the dancing Shelly play would have been a little bit BM. Like you didn't
I guess.
really earn it completely. You know what I mean? Pretty nice quickness there from Nahor. Gonna find the charm on it too.
Slayer
There you go.
used
Gonna get
heal.
executed. Potentially, but it is trading back really nicely onto the Akali. And Middle Devil's just not quite enough in the tank. And now Nahor with a flash forward, looking to find a little bit more lockdown, but the handshake going to be there for Gunny to disengage from the Rakan. We're going to get a teleport now into the top lane from Zumi. Join up with Slayer and Nahor here as they look to break open the base pre-20 minutes, which is doable because, again, they are in a 5v4 situation. And so we could just be looking at the end of the game right here. Nexus turrets under fire. So the Monkeys are going to close this one out. Couple more seconds on Devils. Paranoia going to come out for Nation. No real target to go on, though. He's going to dash on top of Slayer. The Ezreal then Arcane just away. Hostile takeover pretty nice. And the Ambessa does get into the backline alongside the Akali. They do finish off the Ezreal. Nahor going down very low as well. There is the bailout. Did get the reset briefly for Ambessa, but not going to be enough to win out in the team fight. Moonshot going to pick up the triple kill on the Renekton. And now only the very underfed Ambessa to try to hold the line under the last Nexus turret. And I don't think she is going to be able to do so. Another stun.
Yeah.
The fear is not going to land, but Punk just doesn't do any damage. And is going to get taken out on his own fountain. Zumi picks up the 4th kill as the Nexus will fall. Again, pretty tragic game number 2 here with Dorito having those internet issues. You know, never something that you really want to see. I'm sure the Monkeys would have been much happier to pick up a win in an actual 5v5 here as well. Always feels kind of bad to be in this situation, honestly, for either side. But still, you know, congratulations to the Monkeys. It still counts. It still counts. They get the 2-0 tonight. They will be advancing to the playoffs with a 3-1 record, which is really, really nice from them. And, you know, we have to say they did play really well. I think it's safe to say in this match, you know, even if you know, Conduit did have these connection issues and, you know, maybe didn't really show up tonight in the way that they would have wanted, I think we still can say that we saw some very nice performances come out from the Monkeys in this one.
Yeah, I think so. I don't even think it's really most of a question for an MVP vote for this game either, right?
Yeah.
It's Top Kingdom, Moonshot.
Yep.
I had my faith in you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot in content.
Yeah, he was just waiting until he was on the stream. Maybe the stream buff is real for Moonshot here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll be able to get him on the podcast at some point. We can ask him about it more directly. But absolute, yeah. I mean, you said it. Top Kingdom in this game just absolutely owned Punk Iris in this game too, especially. But in game 1, you know, I thought Moonshot had a much better performance in that game as well. You know, obviously that game, Punk Iris had the counter pick with the Fiora, but the Scion felt way more impactful pretty much at every moment in that game number 1 as well. So, yeah, Moonshot's having a great night out tonight. Slayer and Nahor having some really strong performances here as well. But, you know, I do think we could shout out Mellow Devils also. You know, had that really nice performance on the Mel in game number 1. Game number 2 is a little bit more difficult. Getting solo kills early on there in the mid lane was pretty unfortunate. But Mellow Devils, I think, had a couple of good moments. But yeah, just a kind of a tragic night for Conduit Phoenix. At least they're going to get another chance, right? Next week in that 2-2 bracket. Hopefully we'll be able to resolve those internet issues, and we'll see if they can still make it into that postseason.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of teams left that you can draw.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a delay tonight, I guess, until we're going to have that draw show. Is this being a pretty quick one on the stream? So wait a little while for that this week.
Yeah, but it will be happening later tonight to see who's going to be able to join in on this postseason, who's going to be knocked down. There is a consolation bracket. There is that for all the teams. If you don't know, I believe that it's a Top Cut prize coming out of second place or something along those lines is going down towards that fund as well. So there is something to play for any team that is being eliminated. So it is worth sticking around. I think the teams also are playing for pick as well, right? I don't know if that happened tonight or is happening, but I believe the top teams of that were both 3-0 that advanced are playing, that they don't just have 3 weeks of waiting, that they are going to be playing each other to see who gets, first pick of all the 2-1 or the 3-2 teams that they want to play against. I believe there are like bragging rights going on for those as well and things like that. But
Yeah.
I don't really have much left to say. I think that was some great play for Monkey Business. I'm happy that they are advancing to playoffs. I thought they would be a team that would be in the A tier. Not a lot of people seem to agree with me, and they've advanced and kind of proved it that they belong up here.
Yeah, your faith in them has been rewarded. Very,
Yeah.
very nice for you and all of the Monkeys fans out there. They had a really rough go of it in last season of Emerald. So nice to see the Monkeys. It's an organization that's been around for quite a while and has had a lot of success in the past. So nice to see them come back into this season looking pretty strong, looking like definitely a contender as we do move into that playoff bracket. But yeah, I agree. Not too much else to say, I think, for us here on the stream. We'll probably be getting into that draw show. If I had to guess, maybe about like an hour and a half, maybe somewhere around there. So
Yeah.
stay tuned, guys. And anything else, Storm? No?
No, that was it. See everyone in probably around an hour. Normally it's around that kind of uh 10 Eastern kind of thing. I feel like maybe closer to 10:30 sometimes, but yeah, somewhere around that. We'll see, and we'll get the third round matchups, and we'll be able to get some predictions going through and everything. Figure out who we're going to be streaming for those last couple of matchups.
Yeah, gonna be an exciting one, guys. Don't miss that draw show in a little while. But for myself, Storm, and Sirius, and everybody here at Blue Water, thank you everybody very much for watching. We'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see you then.